Hey guys, another super short interview with the incredible Dr. Jakob Nordangard at the Brownstone Institute conference in Spain last weekend. And here Jakob goes through his latest views and insights on how the globalist cabal are running the show, or how they're attempting to run the show. But the pushback is coming and coming strong. So, great positive message near the end. Quick reminder before we go to the interview that ivorcumminsworkshops.com now has the next batch of live workshops on mental strength and resilience, the best psychology and tools to make yourself titanium, and also critical thinking, and also weight loss and longevity and health mastery. So the next live workshops are coming up on the 17th of April, and I think the 24th, and maybe the 30th. So they're all there on ivorcumminsworkshops.com. Great if you can jump in with everyone else and we can all work on this crucial stuff together. But here we go, Dr. Jakob Nordangard. Hey guys, I'm here in Girona at the Brownstone Institute conference, and the speaker who followed me is the wonderful Dr. Jakob Nordangard. Hey Jakob, great to see you again.
Yeah, thank you, Ivor.
Excellent. And you know, we had a bit of fun with our talks, but maybe we'll just do a quick one for the viewers on the kind of primary themes of your excellent talk there about currently what's happening in the world, the Trump administration, and where the future likely is going.
Yeah, yeah. So I talked about kind of a dialectics of power, and how they are introducing technocracy through two opposing poles, and the Trump administration is one of them. That's so I talked also about afterwards that power always gravitates to where it can be executed. So it's like if Girl Scouts have a power in the world, all the psychopaths will become Girl Scouts. Kind of that. And I described also how behind Donald Trump we find these technocrats like Peter Thiel. He's behind Palantir, this security company working with Israeli intelligence and CIA to really spy on people and using data for, as we did in Gaza, with kind of surveil social media posts to target people that have a wrong opinion about things. So that kind of thing. So, and I also talked about Elon Musk. That has come like he actually called himself Dark Gothic Magan at the it was I think it was a kind of a political rally for Donald Trump, and it's like it's telling people that you are a black magician because Mega, I think it's interesting because Mega is it's the female version of a magus. So it's a magician, dark gothic magician, and also a lot of references all the time to science fiction novels. Musk, for example, he had this Foundation T-shirt on him, and that's a reference to Isaac Asimov and his idea of psychohistory, to be able to foretell what will happen in the future and act accordingly to preserve the power. And that's what you can find with all these initiatives that Musk is involved in, of course, and also the other opposing side in this. It's like I described the United Nations agenda, the Pact for the Future, that was decided in September last year. But it's essentially about, in the end, build a kind of a digital world brain or a digital crystal ball, feeding everyone's data into this crystal ball and be able to foretell. And also, as I've been writing about in my latest books, Temple of Solomon, this is like kind of an old occult agenda. Esoteric ideas, and also, you know, with the occult and the crystal ball and the magicians and the alchemists, and so it's like, and I said this in this talk also, that I compared them to the alchemists. It's we have the futurists that is trying to run the world, but they are essentially the alchemists of the old with a new name.
Yeah. And actually, the Temple of Solomon is absolutely fascinating. It goes through the Rosicruciferian societies, and it's just incredible how all this, what I think of as kind of biblical spiritual mumbo jumbo, it's entrained and interspersed between all of these elite figures and groups and masons. Yeah. They seem to love their futuristic science fiction mumbo jumbo, and just because we, or some of my viewers, may be quite earthy, realist, hardcore scientist types, sometimes we forget that there are many people, even highly wealthy and highly educated people, who do actually find an ideological drive from this spiritual gulf, and it drives them and gives them vision and purpose to drive us towards very dystopian places because they kind of believe in it.
Yeah, and they like the symbolism of it, and being a part of something greater than themselves. But also you can go back to Isaac Asimov and the Foundation trilogy, with how this foundation were behind a lot of things in the world through the ages, and also setting up religions in order to control people. And those in the know, in the foundation, they know that this is just bullshit, but the people will believe it, and then they will use it. So
it's so powerful, because also in the last few decades we've kind of lost our religion. Well, at least the Western kind of masses, which they're seeking to control, have lost their religion, and they've been left with a God-shaped hole, as it's been said. So they know that this kind of stuff is a need in people, and they can feed their algorithm into people. A great example too, as you spoke today, I thought of L. Ron Hubbard, the science fiction writer. And he knew it was BS. And he was a master manipulator and psychological type dude. And he decided to create a religion.
Yes.
For profit purposes. And he created Scientology. And guess what? It worked.
Yeah, it worked great.
Tom Cruise and everything, and all the rich and famous. Yeah. He mopped them up like the idiots they are.
Yeah.
So where this is going then, the digital world brain is the other topic you cover a lot. And where we're going is the UN is using this stuff. They really want to kind of minority report a future crime predictive algorithm with AI. And if you track everyone and every conversation and every iota of data, you actually could pull off a very predictive type of algorithmic machine. Because if people start whispering about having a little rebellion in X country, well, you can step in, can't you?
Yeah, you can. So that's the idea behind it. And you can read all of this in the United Nations reports that's behind the Pact for the Future. So that's essentially what we are trying to achieve.
Well, I know we want to keep this a real short, on location in Girona at Brownstone Institute. Superb outfit. So if we bring it to a close by going through the idea that you think they will fail, however, when will they fail? Kind of how much pain will we go through before they fail? We are suspicious of Musk and Trump and all. Now, they may be playing the game while actually having better intents than we believe. It's very hard to be sure, but where do you see it in the next few years going, and the kind of time to ultimate failure? It's hard to guess, but yeah, the time it might begin to fall apart under the weight of its own madness.
When they are finished with the project, it will start to fall apart. That's what's happened all the times with empires. When we are at peak of power, that's the start of the end of the empire, and then it's starting to fall apart. Because it's when you have a goal in sight, I want to achieve this goal. That's the easy thing, and you get the resources you need. But when you are at the peak of power and you have everything, then it gets scary, because it's a lot of other things going on that's threatening you, and when you have the paranoia will come and everything, and it will destroy itself from within. And I think it's like a natural law.
And dissent, of course, will grow even within their filthy machine.
Yeah, it will.
People will have brothers, sisters, connected to other humans in a real way, and begin to doubt the wisdom of this monstrosity, and then it begins to shake a little, and then the rumble starts.
It will.
Yeah.
And then it will begin again. I see the story of Tower of Babel in the Bible as a I mean, it's I think it's like it works like that way. With those ambition to have this control of everything. I mean, it's the dream of a psychopath, and when they fail, they will try again. Because that's in the nature of a psychopath and psychopathic people, to cooperate to raise the tower again. And maybe this time we will succeed. and I think it's just a part of a game we are in as a human family. It's just, and we have to navigate it.
Yeah. And we have to relearn, because like the fork turning every 4 generations, there's a major shift. And of course, the first generation after cataclysm, like World War II in our case, everyone's very wise to psychopathy and to bad things like this. Second generation, not so much. Third generation, very little. And the fourth generation, the psychopaths have managed to get back up to the top again. And here we are. So the cycle will continue to occur.
Yeah, because people forget.
Yes.
It's like, the Second World War and everything that happened. And we had some time after the Second World War, but free societies. But it gets back to these totalitarian things again.
And it's just the nature of the universe. I mean, one advantage we've got, well, it's a double-edged sword. We've got all of this communication capability. They, of course, are trying to censor and control it for obvious reasons, but they haven't managed totally to do it. So we're both using technology, even though we're on opposite sides. It's an interesting battle, and I think a really important thing will be, if they are massively successful in the EU laws and what they're trying to do to censor everyone, it'll be a pretty long, hard road before it collapses. And if they begin to be less successful in censorship and control, we could have quite a good outlook towards the collapse. I guess that's a pretty important factor. How successful are they in stopping us having the conversations that we need to have?
The harder they try, the harder they will fall. Yeah.
Well, this is great to have a positive message that's not, orchestrated or just to reassure people. You genuinely feel it. I think it's all to play for. We're on the razor's edge, but certainly all to play for. So anyone watching, do your part, have the conversation at the water cooler, Don't talk about wild conspiracy theories. Talk about what we know is published and solid, like all the work of Dr. Nordangard, and start making people aware that we are indeed in a timeless battle for our children's futures. So this is not a small thing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Jakob.
Thank you very much, Ivor.
Till next time. So that'll do it, folks. Fantastic insights, as always, I think. And ivorcumminsworkshops.com, just a reminder again, I'm doing mental strength, resilience, critical thinking, and also weight loss masterclass. And all of these workshops, they're 2.5+ hours. We get audience engagement. I've got templates, tools, takeaway documents and tips to immediately start advancing yourself in these crucial areas as we face the modern world and all of its vagaries. So we're getting great feedback. You'll see on the homepage of ivorcumminsworkshops.com just some of the feedback I've grabbed. And the next classes are coming up on the 17th of April, I think, then the 24th probably, but you'll see for each workshop, you know, what the next date is, and there'll always be a full HD recording of me with the big screen, the whole session, and all the tools and tips and templates to take away to transform your life. So, hope you can join us. Thank you very much.